Everybody, how's everybody? Oh, of course it did that. It always does that. It does the reverse. It's terrible. Every time I try to, it does it. That's the demon. Well, you know what they do. Oh, God. Well, God, what's over here? I'm telling you, it just doesn't work out the way you want it. I guess it's a lesson in humility. It's a lesson in humility. How's everybody doing? Very good, very good. I just came from outside taking care of a whole lot of things. And I'm going to, I got to get a little show, a little something. I went to a meetings and I was busy all day today. So this is, I tell you, I go to bed at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, doing the work, doing readings, organizing things. My surgery is this Friday, and then I'm gonna fly back to Houston to be with Miss Farmer and her family for Christmas in Houston. Yeah, I'm not staying in New York. New York I can't do anything here. Why do I look so muggy? It doesn't look right. It looks I don't know. It looks a little, something doesn't look right. You know. Okay. Yeah, it looks a little weird. It looks a little weird to me. It looks opaque. Now it's always something, but you know what? Whatever. This will have to do. This will have to do. Alrighty. Okie dokie. I got my food. You know, I cooked some nice bistec con yuca, plátano. Dominican stuff and Haitian. With green peppers, red peppers, and garlic, and onions, and cilantro, and all that stuff. And a nice bottle of wine that goes with it, nice semi-dry. So I didn't, only this is my second meal. I try to stay on a diet, on a regiment, to eat more food, to eat more food. I'm getting a lot better. It's just sometimes, I just don't have time. The time, I don't know what it is. It's like I just don't seem to have enough time. Well, I have been catching up on the readings. I haven't heard from a few people that I've been trying to reach all weekend. For the special is still on, and so it's been busy. It's been a pretty good turnout. And some of you asked if they would like to do the full reading 150. Of course you can. Whatever you want to do. Make it easier. It's still dealing with the Instagram situation. Um, and guys, I just looked at the mundane chart of the United States before I go into the today's reading. Um, do you know that Pluto is doing a return? A Pluto return. And it's going back to its original position it was uh, when it was discovered in 1930 in the chart of the United States. Major Pluto is doing a Pluto return in the chart of the United States. And guess in which house? The eighth house of Scorpio, the house of death, genocide, um, infections, diseases, pandemics, and it's in Capricorn, the devil. It also rules the stock market and the country's assets and finances. So Pluto here is going to also conjunct Venus, which is going retrograde. And that's significant. This is significant. And it affects you. For those of you who believe in astrology, of course. And I'm going to do a video on that. This alignment and configuration is going to occur on February 23rd. And of course, December 22nd begins the actual configuration. Then the retrograde and the conjunction will be on the 23rd of February. It's huge and major, and I'm going to teach you guys when I do this video live how you can connect to your Venus every 8 years on a retrograde, and it will tell you what is going to be that's going to occur. It happens every 8 years on a cycle of Venus, particularly on a retrograde, and it occurs around late December, January. This is the area of the retrogradation every 8 years when Venus goes retrograde. And it's every 8 year cycle. And that is significant because Pluto conjunct Venus retrograde, um, it's seen as bad. Me, my transit of Pluto will be causing a trine to my 12th house, Pluto in Virgo. And my Pluto will be transiting the 4th house and conjuncting Venus, which is also crossing my 4th house. So I'm going to explain what it does as it crosses and conjuncts in the different houses for you. Because it is significant. I did my own cycles, and everything that I went through every 8 years prior, I can match it in the birth chart. And that's significant. That's huge. Because if you can predict the past, you can predict the future. If you could detect the patterns of the past, you can predict future patterns. I mean, that's logic. So it works also with the spiritual. So I'm going to do a video on that because it's significant. And then I'll do that, I guess. It's late now. So I'll do that tomorrow. And then, of course, the karmic implications behind why we are born into different countries will begin tomorrow, beginning with Gemini. But I'm going to do a recap of Aries and Taurus. And do a recap on the different categories, because I mentioned a lot of them. And like I said, it can be very complex. But if it's done right and with patience, you could get some very, very good, powerful information concerning mundane and the esoteric. Okay, before we begin, the canned margarita. And it's the same one from the other night. I saved it. Because, I'm not much of a beer drinker and things like that. But when you drink alcohol as much and as long as I have, again, you don't just quit like that. I'm not an alcoholic. I just drink like one. But a true alcoholic can never stop drinking because it could kill him. It has to be harm reduction. It has to be gradual. You can talk to any social worker, counselor, therapist. This is completely clinical. It's dangerous to stop drinking after you've been drinking too much. It's dangerous. It can kill you. Yes, I didn't know that either. I was shocked for that, but we can do that. Yeah. But that's severe abuse of alcohol. I'm talking about getting up in the morning and drinking a bottle before noon. And then buying another bottle. And it's done before 6 p.m. And then by now, before you're done, you have 4 bottles of alcohol. That's the type of alcohol I'm talking about. No, that's not me. But that's the kind of alcohol that if you stop cold turkey like that, can shock the system and kill you. All righty, let's see who's here. Mr. Magoo! Here we go. Yes, let's say hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's late. I'm trying so hard to get everything, on order. Entitled, how are you, Entitled? Good to see you. Merci, my place in Libra in the 12th house. Buenas noches, ¿cómo estás, Fernando? Gracias, thank you, intitulada. You got Pluto in Libra, and Venus rules Libra. So if you have Pluto in Libra in your birth in the 12th house, I also have it in the 12th house, but in Virgo. That means that your Pluto is it's in Libra in the 12th house. Then that means that you have Capricorn in the 3rd house. 3rd house or 2nd house. So it's going to hit in those areas. I'll do a video and we're going to go into details about that, okay? I'm 54 years old. Yes. Okay, that will kill you. Yes, that will kill you. Welcome, that one guy, 369. How are you? Welcome. Whoops. It's good to see you too, Lola 2020. Uh, Ori Green, yes, Ori Green. You're one of those that try to reach you. Here you are on the list, Mrs. Ori Green, for the readings. I hope you guys had a good weekend. It's okay. I'm here. I'm always here. Well, let me connect the charger. Okay. I've been doing the reading, so what we'll do is tomorrow, Ari Green, call me because we send you a notice today to remind you for your reading. Okay. So you can call at any time tomorrow. We send you a notice. All right. Let's see. One more. Okay. Ah. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna complain. It could have been worse. But, they always gotta do something. Okay. Here we go. I'm not in Houston. I'm in New York City, my apartment in New York. I will be leaving after my surgery on Saturday back to Houston. I'm doing good. It's so cool to catch you here. Thank you. Uh, Ari Green. Oh, I didn't check my email. I'll call you. Thank you. Um, well, Dope Boy D. Brittany Alice. What does this movement mean for Pluto in the first house? I'll do that video tomorrow. I emailed for a reading. Elvira Valdez. Yes, you're on the list, I'm pretty sure. And Miss Farmer, I haven't gotten to all of you. That's why it was a long turnout. So I haven't gotten to all of you. Email me your number just to me to make sure. But I'm Miss Farmer gets all those records. And it's been such a large turnout. So I remember seeing your name though. Please text me your number again. Miss Farmer is asleep right now. So that I can call you and set it up. I work all hours. Miss Farmer has a set schedule. Okay, free gift from God. Do you work with Asmodee? I heard you mention marital. Oh, I know it cuts up so quick, right? I heard mention, and working with it. Since this is the third eye chakra reader. Yes, I have worked with those energies. Lola, here goes my entire natal chart. Any recommendations are welcome. Art Harris. Do you have more than one Instagram page? No, just one Instagram page. Guys, that they are soliciting for your friend request. Don't fall for it. That's still the scammer. We do not solicit friend requests. We do not call you for money for readings. No. So that's how you know it's not me. We don't do that. That would be illegal. We're under the LLC. So please do not fall for it. We're trying to catch this guy. Okay? And he misspelled astrologer with two L's. Like, really? Really? Okay. So be careful. And he took my logo that I just put up and put it back up on the page and opened 3 more accounts. They are relentless. They are relentless. This is so disappointing. And I'm trying to, my lawyers told me to get the account verified. So thank you for that person who gave me the tip. So our attorneys are now going to work with Instagram to verify that and send the appropriate documentation and then give the rest to the FBI to track this guy. Because if no one stopped him, I'm going to stop him. Because I've gotten calls from other readers that were attacked as well. And so they're coming after the readers and the ones that are more popular, that have more numbers of people, so they can scam you. It's terrible. My Saturn is approaching. You all see how this is popping, right? You all see how this works, right? I have no rest. Back-to-back crisis. Back-to-back. Back-to-back. Fierce. All right. All right. But I feel stronger than ever, though. I think put out my third eye. Brittany Alice, okay. Is Scorpio moon significant with Pluto return? Yes, it is in the birth chart of the United States. In your own particular chart, I will have to do a birth chart on you to see how it's significant. But this alignment it will be very significant. Is that a ruby on your index? Uh, this is emerald, right? Oh, you mean this one, the index, Fernando? It's not a ruby. If it was a ruby, it would be costing me over $300,000 of this size. But it's something very close to it. You know, I don't know if I could afford it that I would buy such an expensive stone. Um, well, it is the stone for Aries. The ruby is the stone for Aries. But a real ruby will cost me of this size, I think over $350,000, if not 1.2 million of this size. So no, it's not a ruby. I wish it was. And this is not an emerald either. An emerald of this size will cost you 50 to 60 grand. These are precious stones, not semi-precious, precious. So they're far more expensive and far more rare of one of Mother Nature's gifts. Okay. Okay. Correct. You are right. Yeah. I'm Gemini ascendant with Venus and Pluto because I'm eighth house. Is that good or bad? Um. How can I say this? There's no such thing as good or bad. There's no such thing as good or bad. It's how you interpret the experience. But the conjunction in the eighth house with Pluto, Venus, well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Uh, Prepare yourself for some very powerful upheavals. Okay, just TV. I have to now check in with Miss Farmer and where they are. They should be there because I made them. So I'll double check and let you know. And when I find it, I'll send you the link to them. But they should be there. Genie. Will you speak on Saturn in Capricorn retrograde people? No. No. If I'm gonna do that, then I have to do a series. Saturn in Capricorn for those born retrograde, and then do it for those who are direct to do a contrast. Liquid Fire, Matthew Battle. How are you? And this is double. Okay, we got that. We got a little more, then we begin. Liquid Fire, first house Scorpio with Venus, second house Mercury Sag, third house Capricorn. Okay. It cut it off that quickly. Yeah, I know. Okay. Any comment would be amazing. Oh, the best. Ask me that tomorrow when I do the video. Ask me that tomorrow because I have to figure it out. You know, it won't come out off the top of my head, and it depends on the degrees. What degrees are they in? Thank you for loving my video. Absolutely, that's what we're here for. Okay, guys, thank you for joining in. We're going to begin. We are going to begin. Oh, there you go. The charger, right? That I got to put the battery on. Because it seems like every time it dies at the most inappropriate moment. And it's just, it's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Thank you for your donation and super chat. Even though I'd rather you don't, I'd rather it be a Zelly since it's forever to get their prices and they take 1/3 of it. So, but thank you so much. Okay, very good. All right, let's begin. Oops. Look at that. I was going to put that here, and it didn't even connect. This is fierce. It's crazy, I tell you. All right, here we go. These little gadgets, they're just, wow. And I understand they're going to make it safe, for kids and stuff like that, but sometimes they just over the top. Like too much. Okay. Let's see. We can put that here. Yeah, welcome. We're approaching the witching hour, and the archon, they act up. Again, because I don't drink like before, they catch an attitude. Usually the lower nature ones. But we have to also uplift the lower nature ones. Okay, give me a second as I try to do this. sometimes it's not even worth it to pre-prepare because it turns out completely to be a waste of time because the disruption still occurs. So it is just unbelievable. It's amazing how this happens like that. But I always say, if it is happening so frequently like this with such intensity, then that means that I am doing something right. You don't go through all these obstacles like that and not win at the end. In the end. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't see the chat. Haiti. Yeah. Hello, Haiti. Yeah, I'm half Haitian, half Dominican. My great grandparents are Haitians, and then from down, all Dominican. Well, I'm suspicious of that. I think I have more Haitian than my family wants to let know. Well, and I'm proud of it. All right. The third eye chakra, I'm putting my food away. The third eye chakra, part two. This video will not be on by morning. It will be removed and put on Patreon. So, ah, the vote. Oh, the vote. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I'm going to do a recap for those of you who did not see part one because it was immediately removed to Patreon. Okay, I'll do a little recap. The third eye chakra is very involved. It's a lot to cover. The exercises alone will take probably another hour. So I have to decide what to actually include. Because, young people don't have that much of an attention span. This is exercise one. Okie dokie, here we are. The third eye chakra. Okay, part two. First, let's do a recap. The third eye chakra is the chakra of magic, a pathway to wisdom, and the wisdom that's gonna make you tap into the God in you. That's gonna tap into the God in you, the God that you already are. Once you reach the level of advancement and adepthood at the third eye or brow chakra, which is the sixth chakra, from down up, or the second chakra from top down. But it's really the sixth chakra, counting from down up. Here are the seven things that I mentioned in the first part. So I'm just going to skim through since I gave a lot of details in the first part. One unites with the Creator. When you reach the adepthood at the third eye, you become one with the Creator. And you become one with the Creator with or without the ego. Some can do that with the ego, completely under the control of the soul, or killing the ego and merging completely without the ego. And that happens like people who go out and do meditations and deprive themselves of all. It's called asceticism, and they hit themselves and flog themselves and create pain. This is one negative way of dissoluting the ego. The other way of kind of killing the ego is by merging it with the soul. Tibetan monks, Tibetan Buddhists are an example where they merge the ego with the soul. So now the ego, the spirit, and the soul are in perfect alignment and in agreement with each other. They're all on the same page. When that happens, that's a trinity. The soul, ego, personality. That's a trinity. When that becomes in alignment, you reach godity or godhood. Like Jesus did. We call it the Christ-like consciousness. And that begins at the third eye chakra. Pain and sorrow ceases to exist when you reach this level. Because the concept of duality stops existing at this level. Again, you develop a Christ-like awareness. You begin to develop gifts of clairvoyance, empathic ability, empathic healing, clairaudient. You are able to have total control of your vehicles. Your vehicle meaning your physical body, your mind, your emotional body, and the other body that coexist in this body. It's not just one physical body, there's 7 bodies. The one that you see is the last one, which is the physical or the dense body made of carbon matter, which is reflective of our planet and also our solar system, which has predominance of carbon. A union or fusion with the ego occurs with the soul, or a separation of it. Either way, one has reached a certain level where they can do miracles, like Jesus did in the book of Acts, Acts 1 and Acts 2 in the book of Matthew, and all the wonderful works of the apostles and Jesus. They've reached that level. And when he died on the cross, he reached the crown, which is why they gave him a crown of thorns when he was on the cross. And then he rose up. This is all very Neptune and Uranus. Of course, Neptune being the third eye, and Uranus, Aquarius, the God in human form, appeared at the crown. So Aquarius is the highest, the absolute highest expression of intellect and cosmic mind. If it wasn't Aquarius, the next on the line would have been Sagittarius, the number 9, completion. They know everything they need to know concerning the earth. But anything above the earth, which is cosmic intelligence, is a higher grade than Sagittarius. And that falls in Aquarius. And then it dissolutes and breaks down in Pisces. Okay, I mentioned before that the third eye chakra is the chakra of magic. One can visualize and manifest all desires. In order to do that, though, you need to be familiar with certain laws. The laws of manifestation. And I went over them in detail in the first part. I'll skip through them here. The law of manifestation dictates the following. Visualize the object you want to manifest. Number 2, employ in your visualization the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Number 3, charge your visualization with intensity of feeling. Number 4, become one with your desire. And number 5, hold the thought image for as long as you can, as you possibly can. Ideally, it should be 7 minutes. But some people don't know how to visualize and hold the thought. You need to be trained. And I gave some examples in the first part where you build up to it. Don't play with your desires as a practice of trying to hold the thought, or you'll fuck up what you want. Use other examples, and then when you're good at it, then you visualize what you want. So that can come up purely and uninterrupted. Number 5, release the thought image by reciting an affirmation and giving thanks for the granted desire. Even though you don't have it, pray by saying thank you. Act like you already got it. That's the key. And like I mentioned in the first part, that's what people mess it up. You've got to believe it. You cannot lie to yourself. You have to pretend like it's real and it's happening and act like it. If you don't, it's not going to happen. Because remember, the universe knows our thoughts. They know. So they're going to know if you really believe it or not. It says in the Bible, so a man thinketh, so he is. It's a proverb. And it's true. But you've got to convince yourself. And like I said, it's called creative lying. Once you do that on the 6th step, don't go back to that thought. Let it go. Don't go back to it. If you go back to it, you're going to delay it from coming to you. Once you do it, it's a seal done. Don't go back to it. These are the little things that the secret, the book doesn't tell you. Because this is the premise. That book was written based on this premise. So you know that if things didn't manifest for you after watching that movie or reading that book, it's because they did not give you all of the details. Okay. Another thing about the third eye chakra that it does once you reach that level of adepthood is that it gives you the ability to have second sight. Second sight, yes. You can get dreams, and dreams can talk to you. You can develop a talent of interpreting dreams. Deja vu, you know, when you've been here before and it's familiar, like you've been here or you've said this before, all that falls under the third eye chakra. It is the realm of the other planes that we don't see that interpenetrate the physical plane and intermingles with us. It is in these planes that we have also all types of alien beings too. They don't just all come in spaceships. Some of them can interpenetrate dimensions and come in and out at will. And they can come in from other parts of the universe in a portal, right in your own living room. Sure, absolutely. These are things that sounds almost outrageous. Now you can't possibly believe that this is true. But then again, if we believe we are God, what most people don't, the church didn't really foster that. Thank you very much. But we don't have to worry about that anymore in the coming age. You know, well, now we are going to learn the real truth of our divinity by birthright and now claim it. And what I like about millennials is that they are ready. They are tough. And they are ready. They want to grab the bull by the horn and come on, let's do it. I like that. We're going to see a lot of stuff happening with this generation. And they're going to be the jump starters too of a lot of stuff that needs to occur as we are transitioning from one age to another. Another gift that is developed at the third eye chakra level is psychic ability, empathic ability, and also another type of gift called the knowing. Nicolas Cage did a movie of it, The Knowing, about the ending of the world. That's also another psychic gift, but it's different. The knowing, you will actually live the experience in the dream state or in the astral state. And it seems so real. It's terrifying. I've had knowing dreams like that. And they made a movie of it because there's a lot of people that have these types of gifts and abilities. In the movie, The Knowing with Nicolas Cage, he has a highly developed third eye chakra development. Highly developed. He can feel the heat of the fire. He can feel the exhaust of the plane as it crashes. All that, again, the five senses. All of these impressions are make an imprint on these spiritual astral bodies that we also have that we are not fully aware of. When you have the third eye chakra fully developed, You are a healer. A healer. And it could be different types of healers. You could be a wounded healer like Chiron. And Chiron and Neptune are in close associates. Remember, Chiron is the one whose wound doesn't heal. But he can heal others, but he cannot heal his own wound. Okay. Compassion. Compassion is another gift of the third eye chakra. And with compassion, you'll be surprised. You can do a lot of healing with just a simple act of compassion towards humans, animals, plants, and even minerals. The law of synchronicity and correspondence. Magic follows a pattern. And this pattern is a flow of energy or current which obeys the laws of nature. That's our first header. Our second header, magic demands I write with different colors, and sometimes I forget what I don't see what I write. Uh, Magic demands that we uh, learn, acknowledge, and respect the laws of nature. Because witchcraft, what is witchcraft? Or magic? The manipulation of nature for one's means. Magic can be defined, and I just said it, as the manipulation of nature in order to obtain a particular desired intent. Magic really is about intention. People get lost in ritual and this and that, and can make it very complex. Honestly, at the end of the day, your mere thought of intention. Dwayne Dwyer wrote a book about it. What is it? The Art of Intentions, of Good Intentions. It was a revolutionary book. It was the book that put Dwayne Dwyer on the map. Well, actually, it was The Road Less Traveled. But that one was a close second. Very good, and really hit the collective in a way that even to this day, you read these books and they give you the same effect as they did when he first wrote them. Mr. Dwyer died, unfortunately, of brain cancer, but his work is still affecting thousands and impacting generations daily. Dwayne Dwyer, you should read about him. Read his book, very, very good. Ta, 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 ta. I talked about the space-time continuum. Neptune rules the illusion and fabrication of time, along with Saturn. But Saturn deals with it mundanely, whereas Neptune deals with it esoterically. Space-time continuum. Time is an illusion, I mentioned that, a man-made fabrication to manipulate and organize patterns of events which are critical for living and conducting business, commerce. Past, present, and future exist in one time continuum of current and flow. When you pray because you want something, you don't ask. The prayer should not begin with asking. It should begin by saying thank you, and then you state why you're being thankful for the stuff that you already have, which you don't have, but you have to pray like you already have it, and then it comes to you. This is how it's done. I know it's simple as boop, 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 but believe me, it's that simple. Sometimes the most simplest things can be the most challenging to master. You say thank you for the honoring of your desire. You don't request. And you reference it no more. You ask, you don't ask. You say, thank you for giving me this that I need. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. And you don't go back to it. That is the rightful way to pray. Even Jesus in the book of Matthew teaches the disciples how to pray. And he recites the Lord's Prayer. If you read it and look at it carefully, he does tell you that when you do ask for the Father, say thank you for what he has given you, even though you do not have it. It's in the Bible, word for word. So they're telling you the same secret that you did in that little book, it's in the Bible in Matthew. Go figure. Same thing. Sometimes people don't pay attention to what's obvious. Really, 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 really. Because the present, the past, and the future exist in one time continuum, the present is the past, and the future is the present, all existing simultaneously as one moment of flow. So when you ask or request, as is done in prayer, it takes longer to manifest because the universe doesn't know the difference between asking and having, between requesting and obtaining. If you ask for something, it will stay in the asking for a long time until the desired request is either reinforced with more prayers or it is abandoned due to not having manifested. Does this make sense, guys? The correct way to say or to pray is to say thank you for already having been granted your desire. I keep repeating this because I want it to be ingrained. You all see me? I act, think, and want for nothing. Because if I believe that I am wealthy and this and that, even though the money is not there to reflect that, my lifestyle and the whole universe moves that direction for me because of my belief. I told you guys, money is not power. Knowledge that you guys are so impressed with is not power. Belief is power and it's everything. Belief. Thank you, Pisces, for awarding us that. Another thing about the third chakra is that the third chakra is responsible for memory. There was a time in the anthropological history of human beings where human beings had no memory. Human beings had to evolve to gain memory as more bodies of man in his early beginnings were being added as vehicles for his evolution. Memory is a commodity. Human beings didn't always have memory, especially when we're talking about the Atlantean age or the Lemurian age or the Polarian epoch. But those you'll read about in my content in the Patreon on this video. The brow or third eye chakra rules memory and its facility. There are three components to memory. One is concentration, the second is organization, and the third is recall. Clearing is the process of distilling unwanted, unrecognized, or unresolved memories. Which, what are memories? Experiences. The Akashic Records. Many of you are probably not familiar with this. The Akashic Records is the storehouse of memory. There is a plane in which there's nothing but books and libraries. And every single one of those books and libraries, and they're like trillions. I mean, I'm saying trillions, like ad infinitum. There are books and books of guess what? Of guess who? You. Let's say I leave my body in my astral travels, and I tell my spirit, I want to go to the fourth plane of Ha, the tree of life, and enter the Akashic Records. Quickly, I go into spirit. And I go and I fly and I get there with a thought, I'm there. Thought moves faster than the speed of light and sound. And then there are tons of books. They look like this. That's why I bought this book in Houston. Like Harry Potter, the book that eats. No, they're telling you shit now. They're here. And this book has, let me take an example. Let me choose one of you. Lola Okay. Lola. I want to know about Lola. What can you tell me about her? And there's always something like librarian, mystical. And I go, this is her book right here. Okay, let me see. When will she die? Oh, I see here her next life is going to be what? Oh my gosh, she gets murdered on this one. Oh, why? What happened? Oh, she was a dude and killed him. So now, she gonna pay this life. Oh, thank you. That's how it is. I mean, I'm being funny. I didn't say the full name. I said Lola, but I didn't read the other name because I made an example and I didn't want to jinx it. That's why I didn't read the other numbers. But, there is a record of you in the heavens. Everything you do is written in the book. You need to read the book of Revelation. It talks about it. It talks about it. I'm going to have to do a series on the Bible and decode some of the stuff for you. Or I might add it in the Christmas gift of the video that I'm going to have for all of you. I haven't decided yet. But everything is written. Everything. Including the next life. This is governed by the third eye chakra. And when you have past life recall, or what they call past life recall, either by a hypnotherapist or regression therapist, or a shaman, or anyone that is in the spiritual holistic health medicine or professions that can do this and is trained, he's activating the third eye chakra, which is responsible for these type of phenomenon. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's another thing that the third chakra, that third eye chakra rules, along with Neptune, Pisces, and the 12th house, is illusions and delusions. One fish, illusions, and one fish, the opposite direction, delusions. Like a mirror, the brow chakra sees both potential and current reality of anyone or anything or any given situation. A polarity of opposites is observed here at the brow chakra. All the chakras express polarity to each other, but at the brow chakra or the third eye chakra, it is the only chakra that expresses both duality and polarity within it. As with the eyes, we see upside down, but the brain, in a very complex way, which is still poorly understood by science, turns the images right side up. It's the same thing with the third eye chakra when it comes to illusions and delusions. Okay. Oh, here we go. Right. And when we look at it in the eyes, the brain sees everything upside down. Somehow it changes it right side up. Scientists, doctors, still do not understand how the brain does this. It is very poorly understood. This is a Neptune effect. We see the same with Neptune. You have mirrors that can give you the opposite of what you're seeing. In magic, mirrors are very important. You cannot get more Neptune than a mirror. The higher octave expression of Venus is Neptune, a planet that we still don't know much about. Another expression of the third eye chakra is intuition. The gut feelings one senses at the solar plexus over time becomes refined at the third eye brow or brow chakra. And the gut feeling turns into intuition. So from here, which is earthy and is the ego, it goes to spiritual. You can kind of say that the stomach or the solar plexus is its own third eye, but it only deals with matters of the flesh and blood and the mundane matters, whereas the third eye is equivalent, but it's towards spiritual, leaving the ego and going up, what we call right ascension. Intuition is another form of impressive psychism. It's a form of psychic ability. When I talk to my archons and they talk to me, it's through the art of intuition. I can hear them through intuition. It's a very thin and delicate faculty that either you're born with or over time you develop it. I was born with mine. Another aspect of the sacral chakra, of the brow chakra, which we can talk about in details here, and I mentioned it before, is the art of healing. When you reach the level of the third eye or brow chakra, you can be a tremendous healer. A tremendous healer. Here are 9 factions of healing possible when you reach the third eye chakra. Ability to heal the emotions, number 1. Number 2, ability to inspire, to motivate. That's another form of healing. Number 3, can heal through the arts, theater, acting, photography, bird watching, or taking a stroll, a promenade, observing nature. All wonderful healing meditative states for the emotional bodies. Can heal by giving an emphatic hug. Just giving somebody a hug. A simple hug. A hug. You'll be surprised what a long way that goes. Very healing. The laying of the hands. Laying of the hands. You can heal with the laying of the hands. It's a faculty that can come to you after much fasting, meditation, prayer, years of it. Or some are born with the gift of healing, and the laying of the hands is one of those types of healings that's very associated in common with Neptune and the third eye or brow chakra. Can heal by interceding through prayer. You can pray for someone and God will listen to you and heal that person. Other people may pray for that person and God may not answer because of karma or whatever it is that he did. But if you do it, and you are highly developed third brow chakra or Christ-like consciousness, the universe will listen to you and that person will be healed. Just like the universe took the demons out of whatever Jesus was casting out from people, the universe obeyed and followed and endorsed Jesus as he was casting demons out and doing all kinds of things in the name of the Holy Ghost. Okay? Can bless and anoint by water. You can take water and bless it and anoint it, and it'll be just as powerful as if you got it from the Vatican Church. Yes. This is all God-like energies. Like Stan Lee's Super Friends. This ain't no different. This ain't no different. Okay. Can astral travel and heal in this way as well? You know, the person has possession of his vehicles. He can go into someone's house or a nursing home or a hospital in his astral body and lay out the hands and heal that person. Or to remote viewing or remote thought or mental projection. Powerful, powerful healing methods. Can heal through counsel. Through counsel. Being a counselor, a therapist, psychotherapist, psychologist. These are all healing professions of the third eye brow chakra. Another one, and this one is a biggie, a doozy too, is inspiration. Again, what inspired Dwayne Dwyer to write the series of books that put him on the world stage. Inspiration. He wrote a book on that one, a national bestseller. Feeling, this is how you can heal someone through inspiration. And there are several precursors. Number one, feelings of excitement and giddy. Motivate feelings to act. Motivate someone to act and be inspiring. The beauty of nature is also our way of inspiration. The interacting with is this? Interacting. Well, yeah, this is here. I'm like, what? Yeah, interacting with beautiful people or attractive people, which can be a source of inspiration. Adorn the surroundings in your house or wherever you are with plants and flowers and roses. Playing a musical instrument, a refined classic instrument, also provides inspiration and healing. Dancing, waltzing, painting, sculpting, watercolors, very good forms of inspiration that can also heal. Creative writing, working with the earth, dirt, planting flowers like a garden, very healing inspirational methods that also arrive from the third eye. Okay, now working with colors, we have to do a whole separate division just with the colors alone. Because that with the colors alone is like popping. You could do a lot with that. So we have to do a whole separate category of colors behind inspiration. Here we have a couple of headers. Working with colors, very important. Working with colors as a therapeutic aid to help improve whatever situation is going on, usually with emotional states of depression, sadness. Color meditations and also color associations are very dramatically effective. Even psychiatrists and psychologists, they've written articles and books about, color therapy and using colors as a form of healing therapy. Amazing what it does. You can do amazing work. Healing it, amazing. Amazing. I tell you, I didn't believe it at first. I was dead set against it. I'm talking about many years ago. But now, I do color meditations and immediately I see the results. Yeah? Here are some of the precursors where we're dealing with working with colors and how you can add the scheme. Let's say you're depressed and you're sad. You can wear a clothing that resembles the color that can uplift you from that depression. Well, for example, I wear this a lot, the tassel, red. And spiritually, it protects me from psychic attack, demonic attack, evil eye, negative thoughts from people. And because it symbolizes the crucifixion, the blood of the cross of Jesus as he died in the cross. And as priests, we have to wear that as a reminder of the God ruling the age, which is Jesus Christ. Under, of course, the governance of the demiurge Jehovah, of the running of the system. Which is why Jesus didn't interfere with any other politics or any other sectors and just give the message that he was put here to deliver. Without interfering with the ordinances of everything else, which of course is governed by Saturn. Improve conditions in a very dramatic way. Wear clothes of needed color. If you got an ailment, if you got a sore throat, something wrong with your throat, wear a scarf that's green because that's the color of the throat chakra. Or pink. Some of you say that there's pink, some of you say it's green. I like to stick with the traditional colors that I know that come from India. And for the throat, it should be green. The throat is ruled by Venus, and the color of Venus is green. But her color is also pink too. So we can get away with both colors. Buy light bulbs of different colors. Like this one. I got this one has different colors. See? Blue, white, blue. This is purple, pink. This is pink. This is blue. They're different colors. That's amazing. You used to have bright, my colors are yellow. Very healing. You'd be surprised. Paint the apartment with different colors that matches your temperament and uplifts. These very effective. Remember, colors have vibrations, and these vibrations work on whatever it is that's have a low vibration. It trumps it. Working with what's this? Stones. Working with stones and crystals, metals, semi-precious stones. Uh, Precious stones not recommended. The vibrancy of precious stones is too high. Cubic zirconians is better, but rubies, emeralds, diamonds, not usually good conductors when it comes to magic. They're too strong, too high of a vibration. Also, location, direction. Did you know that there are certain directions that are associated with colors? The south is red, the north is brown, the east is yellow, and the west is blue. So even directions are vibrated by different colors. You might need to take a vacation, go somewhere where there's red or blue, and it can uplift your energy. You'd be surprised if you knew a lot about colors and how it can really change moods and feelings and really heal of something. Right. Learning the vibrations of the numbers. Very important. Very helpful, very healing. Okay, I guess we're gonna stop here. We did an hour. We still have a lot to cover. Lord. Guys, thank you so much. Please donate. Ask for a chart, ask for a reading. Call me. Have a good night. It's about, I think it's, what time is it? A little after maybe 1 in the morning. I'll be doing some more videos, not live though, and then I will put them on the air in the morning. We are going to continue to do the series on karma and different countries. And then I'm going to do the solar and the Pluto, Venus, conjunction in that Pluto return in our country. Some of you want the solar eclipse of Sagittarius, Gemini, which I moved to Patreon because there was music and I didn't want to get hit with another infringement right. So I'm trying to get the link so you can have it. I think it's a difficulty. I'll see what I can do. Guys, thank you so much.